Start again. Okay, so in this part of the start again. Okay, so in this part of the tutorial, I'm going to show you how to edit some images to make your site a bit more content rich without slowing down the loading of the page or increasing bandwidth. So I'm going to go open Photoshop, although you could probably do this, I'm going to use Photoshop CS5, but you can probably do this in Photoshop Elements or any other image editor along the lines of Photoshop. Paint is probably not good enough because we're going to be working with alpha channels so that we have transparency in our images, and Paint really doesn't support alpha channels at all. So pretty much you can use most image editors except Paint. So hopefully it's loading. Doesn't seem to be. There we go. Okay. Right, so in this tutorial I'm simply if we come over to Muse, I'll show you that we have here, okay, so in this image I'm going to change the white to alpha and change the blue to kind of white or grey. I'm going to find a kind of metally texture to put on the back of the header, and I'm going to possibly add some more elements to the footer. So just make sure my power, yeah, okay. So I'll just maximize this. So let's go File, Open, and let's come up to Images and select the header icon. The names of these files really doesn't matter at all, because when Muse exports your site, it renames everything and creates thousands of copies of the same photo. Anyway, so let's go quickly just crop this to the top half, because that's all. Oh god, what's happened here? Not quite sure why this has happened. For some unknown reason, right, let's try again. Ah, that's better. Oh. There's something wrong with my crop tool. Anyway, let's just go. Okay, I'm just going to select the bottom half then. Press delete and fill it with white instead. Okay, just forget that. Let's just double click on the background to make it a layer instead, and then press delete. Okay. So now we have alpha there instead. So press Control D to unselect that. Okay, so now we have this layer here. First of all, I'm going to take the magic wand tool and click on the white space. Press delete again. Click on the white space on the other side and press delete. That way we only have the camera on its own. Control D. Now also a couple, if we just zoom in a bit, let's go to 200%. There's also some white space here, so let's go magic wand, select it, delete. Okay. Right. So now I'm going to replace this colour with a kind of... Actually, let's go for red. I haven't done red in a long time. So, come to Paint Bucket tool. Right, let's go select our primary colour, and I'm going to make it a kind of... I'm going to go darkest red. So if you want to do this, it's BB2525. Okay. And just press fill. And we have most of it. Let's go to 400%. This isn't such a great image, so the edges aren't very good. So I'm just going to fill a couple of extra bits that didn't quite work out properly. Okay, so now I'm going to come and select a darker color and use that, whoops, for this blue color here. Okay. And I'm going to select quite a light red color, so kind of like here, and fill in that, that, and that. Okay. Oh yeah, and the handle. So I'm going to come back to whatever color this one was. So let's come back to here and click back on this this color. That's okay. I'm going to go to 800%. Conceal the pixels here and come down and fill in the whole handle. Oops. There we go. Okay, so now we'll just come down and go back to 100%. Alright, so that's going to be our header icon, and we have to save this as a PNG. So I'm just going to place this randomly a bit in the middle. Let's go File, Save As. I don't like using the web export for PNG because it doesn't work very well, so I'm going to just come to Save As, go to PNG. Whoops, go back up. I was right. Okay, images. Go header icon.png, save. Okay, I'm also going to change the color of the background because I don't really like it. So let's come to the wallpaper 21, and I'm just going to pause the video for a second. Okay, so I'm going to colorize this to a kind of blue color. So let's go Image, Adjustments, Hue Saturation, or Control U. And let's select the hue to around kind of blue color. Click colorize down here. So select a kind of blue color. That's nice. Change the saturation a bit because you can have a massive blue or you can have a kind of darker blue. Let's try a bit darker. I quite like that actually. I'm going to go maximum saturation because this is going to be quite a bright website. And let's just change the lightness -5. Okay, so press Control S and just save it over what it was. Oops. And let's call this one background. Save. And I'm going to make this a, let's go around, I don't know, medium. Okay, so that's not too big. That's like a 147.5K image, which is really not very big at all. So now let's come back to Muse and update the images that we just changed. So let's click on the background again, browser fill, select an image, and then select the blue one. Okay, that's quite nice. And then again, Control D or File Place, select the header icon. And let's draw it out here. There we go. And all I'm going to do is go using the crop tool and cut off the tops and the bottom. Second thought, let's just come back to Photoshop actually. There's a little problem here. If you zoom in, I didn't notice there's a little bit of blue there which I want to get rid of. So let's go to 500%. Some more blue. So I'm going to come back to here. Select this color, okay, and come back to the fill, and let's just fill in the red bits around here. Yeah, so I'm going to select this blue color here, and it should make pretty much remove all of that extra blue color that we don't want. So let's just double check around the sides. Don't want to get that blue. There we go. And it's all looking pretty good to me. And there's just a little bit of blue there, so come here, select, okay, fill, whoops, fill that, fill that. Okay, so just press save again, and we're just going to rewrite over that, because we don't really want it to be there anyway. Oh, we want it a PNG again. Of course. Replace. Okay. So let's come back to Muse. Delete it, redo it. And again, let's just draw it out. It looks a bit better. I might rearrange this slightly, move this over here, make this a bit bigger. There we go, and again I'm going to crop it. Crop off the top. Crop off the bottom. Crop off the left. And crop off the right. Okay. So again, here we go. I'm going to move that just next to the lens down a little bit. So it looks quite nice. Okay. Right, now I'm going to go on the internet and again I'm going to find a texture of metal. So let's go metal texture. Texture. Press images again. And because we're using web, we can use CSS styles to repeat the background image without having to load an enormous file. So, come down here, there was an image that I used on my other website. I'm not going to use that one because it's a bit boring. So, it's come up quite like this one. Dark metal texture. And the size doesn't really matter because we're going to be expanding this anyway. Whoops. Actually, because it says free download from here, so I'm going to come down and find the... Here, this is the one I used for my other website, but I'm going to use dark metal texture. So let's come down and select this one. Let's press save image as. Taking a very long time. Okay. There we go. Oh. Alright, so let's go back to sites, LXF, images, and this is going to be header, background, save. Okay, now we come back into Muse. We can close this off because it's using up quite a lot of memory in my computer because I'm actually rendering the last tutorial up here. God, that's taking a long time. Okay, select our where's it gone? Our background, our rectangle, so just click kind of here and go fill, image, header background. And you can see this is taking ages to load. So what we're going to do, instead of doing that, we're going to come into Photoshop here. Actually, because the header is going to be a fixed size, what we might as well do is actually just keep this, because instead of... What Muse will do is, instead of... Let's go... just change this kind of fill, and let's go to... Scale to fit, not scale to fill. Okay, that looks quite nice. Except we need to crop off a little bit of the... Okay, not quite there. Let's just go to Photoshop quickly, open up this. You can see in the top right hand corner of a very small little thing. So let's just select this tiny bit here, press delete. Fill it with, let's go content aware, that we don't have to worry about doing all that kind of stuff. It will think for a bit, and so I didn't remove it actually. Let's just select this little button here. Let's go back to, let's say 200. Come up. This is an enormous photo, but let's just come over. Let's go fill, content aware fill. Okay, it's still not working. Let's come over here then. Double click on it, make it a layer instead, and press. Now let's try fill, content aware fill. Nope, still not buying it. So let's just come back out to 25%. And let's just select the whole top bit. Oops. Whole top bit there. Press delete. And now we can just go image canvas size. And let's just make it 99%. See if that. Okay, it didn't work. That's alright actually. It's just press save. Go JPEG. Replace it. Yes. So now it's a fairly small file anyway, and just go reload it. So because it won't do it on its own. So let's go image. Reload it. Oh, I have to bin it first, sorry. Oops, hang on. So somehow we need to get rid of. We'll just move this to the top. Just go Control T. And let's just. Okay, and press enter. Save it again. Over this one. Okay. I'm not the best at Photoshop. I only use it in conjunction with making websites. So again, let's just go fill, options, header background again. Scale to fill. Should reload it, hopefully. There we go. Okay, so now we have a fairly cool background. I'm just going to move this up a bit actually. Alright, so now we have done all the image work for our website. In the next tutorial, I'm just going to make this a bit smaller. So I'm just going to move this. A bit of padding to the bottom. Okay, so in the next tutorial, I will show you how to add some pages and add menus and stuff like that. So thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.